the feminine aspect in.
Yeah. I mean, in the end, if you want to do your Aikido, you have to find out who you are. You cannot deny who you are. And the more you are who you are, the more you will do your Aikido.
Welcome, everybody. Miles Kessler here, and I'm excited to be with you again to speak about the Aikido at the Leading Edge Tele-Summit, totally free Tele-Summit, all online. We have about 40 amazing teachers that will be joining us from May 12th to May 23rd. Please register, please join, and I'm very happy today to be speaking with one of our feature teachers, I must say, if you don't mind me saying that, Jan Nevelius Sensei he's talking to us today from Sweden. Hi, Jan. How are you?
Fine, thank you, Miles.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm I've known Jan for 15 years or something now. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We first met at an Amici gathering, which is spiritual. It was a big spiritual event, and it was somehow a nice beginning to meet in that space, and the big heart, big love space, big spiritual space, and it seems like we've had that kind of spiritual, in a way, brotherhood since then. So I'm very happy that you're going to be one of our premier speakers on the Tele-Summit.
Yeah, I really appreciate the sharing we have done through the years, meeting and talking, discussing, sharing our path, our interest in Aikido, and also the spiritual communities.
Yeah, and in a way, that's kind of my intention of this whole Tele-Summit. I mean, we can talk about Aikido, we can talk about whatever, but for me, it's really about finding that deeper sharing around something, Aikido, or let's say the depths of Aikido, the spiritual depths of Aikido, that are universal. That when we meet together in that sense, it actually kind of bonds us in a way that just talking about techniques or talking about teachers, all good stuff, doesn't really create that same type of bond. And I really appreciate about you, because you're not only are you able to go there, but in your teachings, you very much bring all of the students in your workshops together in that same space.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah. I was just wondering if you would maybe share a little bit with the audience what you and your intention for the Tele-Summit, or maybe what you're going to talk about.
Well, first of all, I would like to say that for me, the beauty of Aikido is that there are so many ways to look at Aikido, and there are so many people looking at Aikido in different ways, and that's really fantastic. So I believe that if we can respect each other in this, we create a great community together. So for me, I think my perspective and how I look at Aikido has been very influenced by my long time engagement in traditional Japanese medicine and Qigong. So the healing aspect in Aikido, which is present in medicine, of course, has been mostly interesting. I mean, still Aikido for me is a martial art, and there are some martial art questions we have to solve, and we cannot ignore those questions. We have to be credible within our frame of Aikido.
Right.
But still, the purpose and the target for me of the movement of the interaction is healing. I mean, that we should come out on the other end somehow feeling and thinking better than before.
So in that sense, you really connect with Aikido's. From what me, Aikido's core is a 100% life affirming martial art.
Absolutely.
I mean, we train, we have injuries, whatever, but the intention, the purpose.
The movements and the interaction should lead to healing in my Aikido. What I do, it should not be the opposite. We should not break each other. Not in the moment, and not in the long run.
Term, for sure. And not just physically, but also relationally, organizationally. The community should also lead towards more wholeness in a way.
Of course, and sometimes I have to say it's almost embarrassing how many quarrels and problems we have in the Aikido community.
Right.
Because if we are really practicing the way of harmony or peaceful interaction, I think we have to transfer our movements in the dojo also into our community.
Yes.
And be able to respect and share in a respectful way with each other. Sometimes I'm almost a little bit embarrassed about that.
Yeah, me too.
I think we could do better in the Aikido community of practicing what we teach.
Yeah, and not only that, if we just hold the attitude that we can always do better, then we're going to move in a more a direction that's more holistic.
Absolutely. I mean, we're not perfect. We're human beings and we make mistakes, but we can have a goal that we should try to interact in a respectful way.
Right. Yeah. And for me, the bottom line is if as Aikido teachers, if we can't do it, people who dedicated their whole life to the path of Aikido, the way of harmony, if we can't do it, it doesn't say
Yeah,
much. It doesn't say much for the art, or it doesn't say much for humanity.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I make lots of mistakes myself, but I think it's still important to me. I'm trying to create a peaceful community uh, in the Aikido world and in my life also, of course.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Well, that's beautiful, Jan. Well,
Yeah.
listen. So, did you want to say something else?
Well, there's some other aspects that
Yeah.
I would like to talk about later in
Mm.
the sharing, but that I see connections between the traditional healing arts and Aikido, and some of them are apart from this healing aspect, it's timing,
Mm-hmm.
it's the use of force, not using more force than you need, and also presence. I think it's a very powerful tool in both traditional medicine and in Aikido,
Mm.
how we can develop that, and how we can, the interaction between the person attacking and the person coming for a treatment. I see many
Interesting.
similarities in this, and
Interesting. That's interesting.
this is something I would like to share a little bit about.
Oh, beautiful. And
And also,
as you speak about that, I see the light is just kind of shining in on your words, so that's great.
another thing is for me that the Qigong, involvement in Qigong has enriched my Aikido. Aikido is still my framework, what I want to work in, but
Yeah.
the Qigong has enriched my Aikido practice. So I would like to share some of that in the interview.
No, that's beautiful. So I just want to invite the people who are watching this, definitely join our Tele-Summit, and probably above this video or beside it, if it's YouTube, it's going to be below the video. There'll be a link. Go right over to the registration page. Registration is easy. It's all free. It's all online. You can do it on your laptop, your mobile phone, your desktop, whatever. And even though this is not meant to replace the actual meeting and work practice that we do in the dojo, it is another way that we can connect the global community. And I'm very happy that Jan's going to be one of the people, and Jan's perspective is going to be one of the perspectives that we connect around. So thank you very much for being with us, Jan.
Thank you for doing this, Miles.
Yeah, you're very welcome. May 12th to May 23rd. I hope you can all join us. Okay, that's it.
That's it.
It was amazing. As you're talking about the healing art, the sun, it's like it was perfect.
You can't imagine how much I paid for that.
I should have
There's
said
the
that you
guy
were.
with the big flashlight standing outside.